Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about the cultivation of button mushroom, scientifically known as Agaricus bisporus. This mushroom is one of the most widely cultivated and consumed mushrooms all over the world. In this video, I will taking you step by step through its cultivation process, starting from the compost preparation, spawning, casing, and finally harvesting. So let's begin our journey into the fascinating world of button mushroom farming from substrate to harvest. Now, before we move into the cultivation steps, let us first understand the basic features of Agaricus bisporus. It belongs to the class Basidiomycetes and the family Agaricaceae. The cap also called pileus, and it is usually white to light brown in color and size ranges from 3 to 12 centimeters in diameter. The gills or lamellae are very interesting. They start off pink in young mushrooms, then turn brown and finally become dark brown as the mushroom matures. The stalk are stiff, that is cylindrical, smooth and wide. It usually 3 to 8 centimeter long and it has a ring called annulus ring. If you take a spore print, it shows a dark brown to purplish brown in color. The fruiting body, it is typically fleshy umbrella shaped basidiocarp. Nutritionally, the button mushrooms are a powerhouse. They are rich in protein, vitamins like vitamin B complex and vitamin D, minerals such as potassium and selenium and dietary fibers. For cultivation, they need a optimum temperature for their growth is about 14 to 18 degrees Celsius for fruiting and grow well on compost with straw and manure. Apart from food value, the button mushroom have also having medicinal properties. They contain many bioactive compounds like renin, so which have shown anti-tumor and antioxidant activities. And this is the taxonomy of Agaricus bisporus. Now, let's talk about the nutritional and economical value of button mushroom. Button mushrooms are the wonderful low fat and low calorie food, making them an excellent choice for people who are health conscious or managing their weight. They provide high quality, easily digestible protein that ranges from 20 to 35%, which is essential for growth and repair of body tissues. They are also packed with B complex vitamins such as B1, B2, B3, B5, B9, and even B12. These vitamins play a vital role in energy metabolism and immunity. Along with vitamins, mushroom supplies important minerals such as potassium, phosphorus, selenium, copper, and iron, which help and maintain bone health, nerve function, and enzyme activity. They are also one of the few non-animal sources of vitamin D. Beyond nutrition, button mushroom cultivation are also support to farmers, laborers, traders and food processing industries. It creating income opportunities also. Interestingly, mushrooms are cultivated on agricultural waste materials, so they help reduce environmental impact while turning waste into wealth. In the food industry, mushrooms are widely used in soup, sauce, snacks, nutraceutical and packed product, which increases their market value. So, button mushrooms are not only for nutritious food, but it is also a sustainable and profitable crop for farmers. For successful cultivation of button mushroom, maintaining the right environmental condition is very important. The temperature plays a key role during the spawn rearing stage. Mushrooms grows based at around the temperature 23 to 25 degrees Celsius. But when it comes to fruiting, the temperature should be lower, is about 14 to 18 degrees Celsius. Next in humidity, mushrooms require a high relative humidity that the percentage 80 to 90% in the growing room to avoid drying out. The pH of the substrate should be slightly neutral between 6.5 to 7.5 for healthy growth of mushroom. Mushrooms are need a well ventilated growing room because proper air exchange prevent carbon dioxide buildup and ensure good fruiting. And finally, mushrooms unlike green plants. Mushroom doesn't need much light. They require only low diffused light to initiate fruiting. And direct sunlight is not necessary. So by controlling temperature, humidity, pH, ventilation, and light, we can create the perfect environment for button mushroom cultivation. Let's look at the major step involved in button mushroom cultivation. The cultivation process can be divided into four major stages. Step 1, preparation of compost. Step 2, spawning of compost. Step 3, casing. Step 4, cropping and crop management. First, preparation of compost. This is the base material where the mushrooms will grow. Compost is usually prepared using wheat straw and manure. That is provide uh, nutrients for the mushroom development, especially for mycelium. Step 2, spawning of compost. In this stage, the compost is mixed with mushroom spawn, which is similar to seeds in plant. The spawn containing a living mycelium that spread through the compost. Step 3, casing. So once the mycelium has fully colonized on compost, we need to add a casing layer on the top of the mycelia. So this is usually made of soil, peat and other materials that is helps in initiating fruit body formation. Step 4, cropping and crop management. Finally, mushrooms start appearing. We need to manage the crop carefully by maintaining the right temperature, humidity and ventilation. So this is all ensure the healthy growth and high yield of mushroom. So in short, the process involved compost preparation, spawning, casing and finally cropping and harvesting. And first step, substrate preparation. We can use the common substrate like wheat straw, paddy straw, maize stall, sugarcane buckers. And these are the preparation steps. First, wetting straw for 24 to 48 hours, mixing supplements like wheat bran and gypsum and urea. And kept for aerobic fermentation 14 to 18 days and turning the compost at interval for uniform decomposition. And preparation of compost. The substrate undergoes the chemical and physical changes during the preparation process. These changes make it distinct from the original starting material of agrocellulose waste. The prepared substrate can support vigorous mycelial growth for the mushroom and composting that may convert the raw rich organic material into a stable growth medium for mushrooms. The resulting this compost that provide essential nutrient for mushroom development. And two types of composting methods we can follow. First one, long method, short method. Long method, it takes 28 to 30 days. It is a natural fermentation process. And short method take 14 to 18 days. It uses pasteurization shampoo. And the end product, it gives dark brown clumpy ammonia free compost. The composting phases also carry two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 involves the outdoor composting of raw materials. This compost is periodically turned and watered. The soil microorganisms that start break down the raw ingredients. This phase typically takes 9 to 12 days. This raw material it become liable and dark brown in color. The compost it develop a good water holding capacity and it gives the strong smell of ammonia and usually present at this stage. And phase 2 it is an indoor fermentation mainly for pasteurization of compost. This process it totally eliminates undesirable microorganism from the compost and temperature should maintain 60 degrees Celsius for 4 hours and then reduced to 50 degrees Celsius for 8 to 72 hours. It depends on compost type and CO2 level should be 1.5 to 2% and ammonia drops below 10 ppm. After the pasteurization process, the compost is cooled for the spawning. The cooling target, for example, Agaricus bisporus, so it maintains 30 degrees Celsius and Agaricus bisporus, so it take 25 degrees Celsius. After pasteurization of compost, next step spawning. Spawning, it is a process that is mixing of mushroom spawn into that pasteurized compost. The proportion of the spawn, that is 600 to 750 gram of spawn mixed with 100 kg of compost. This is called spawn compost. This spawn compost is placed in any tray or polypropylene bags. Trays are covered with formalin treated newspaper and bags are folded and covered with formalin treated newspapers and maintain the proper and optimum temperature. Proper temperature 18 to 22 degrees Celsius and the humidity 85 to 90%. So it should maintain in the crapping room and spray water over the newspaper walls and floors to retain the humidity or moisture level inside the room. After 12 to 14 days, white mycelia run throughout the compost. The surface is then covered with a casein layer. The healthy mycelium appear pure white in color, that is indicating good spawn run. This is spawned compost. And this is spawn running at condition 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, room humidity 90%. There is no light need and duration 14 to 18 days. This compost turn white due to mycelial growth. And these are the different steps. So first one that indicate spawned compost, that means the spawn that is mixed with that compost, and next the mycelia start to develop, and after the mycelial development have to add the casein layer and above the mycelial mat and it start the fruiting. And casein, the main purpose we are using the casein, that is encouraging the fruiting of mushroom and maintaining the humidity level. And materials we used garden soil plus well rotten farmyard manure with a proportion 1:1 or peat moss and pasteurization of casein soil and heat treat casein material, so mainly to kill the pest or any insect or microorganisms. And finally we apply 3 to 4 centimeter thickness layer over the colonized compost. So after casein soil apply and the fruiting it start, that time the temperature should reduce up to 14 to 18 degrees Celsius and maintain the proper room humidity, that 80 to 90%, and provide fresh air circulation and pinhead appearance that will appear within 7 to 10 days after casing process. And finally harvest when the caps are should closed. And harvesting of button mushroom. Once the mushroom mature, and first we have to choose the species and twist it gently to remove the mushroom first and avoid pulling to prevent the casing damage and remove the turbids or adherents in the base of the mushroom with a knife and several flushes in appear 6 to 8 weeks. It gives the average yield 15 to 20 kilogram per meter square. And common pests and diseases may affect the mushroom during the cultivation practice. And common diseases, that dry bubble, wet bubble, cobweb disease. Dry bubble caused by Verticillium fungicola and wet bubble Mycogon perniciosa and cobweb Cladobotrium. And pest may also attack, example scarlet flies, phorid and mites. And control, we should follow proper hygiene and proper pasteurization of compost as well as casein soil and fly proof netting to prevent the entry of flies from outside and uh, should maintain the proper ventilation. Then we can control the common pest and disease of button mushroom. And marketing of button mushroom first. So grading and sorting of button mushroom. So packaging in polybags or pellets and storage at 2 to 4 degrees Celsius. We can store or extend the shelf life up to 3 to 5 days. And transportation we can use in any refrigerated ones. And economics of cultivation, low land requirements needed, high returns per unit area, and suitable for small scale level as well as commercial production and continuous income with staggered planting cycles.